Welcome back, everyone, and I do mean everyone. It's Forgotten Circus. So here it is, my spoiler review. It's spoiler alert. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, you might want to tune out and then come back. So yeah, episode 7, season 2, episode 7 was everything we thought it would be. Cuz it's been a little lackluster with like swords and stuff and like actual fighting and the dance of the dragons, This made up for a lot of this season. This one single episode. So it starts off with basically, you know, Rhaenyra. She had already left in the last episode, flying to go see what's going on the beaches of Dragonstone and see what's up, because somebody has claimed a dragon, and not just a dragon that's very close to her, Laenor's dragon, Sea Smoke. So she's coming up on the beach, and obviously we know it's Adam because we saw in the last episode that obviously um, Sea Smoke was claiming him. So he's sitting there and she's kind of like interrogating him. But isn't Adam Adam is awesome. He's just such a likable character, and the actor portraying him is great. Like he's everything. It's like this guy envisioned the book and the book's character, and he plays it very well. And he's like, look, I came over, and I did like how the dragons walk with them, like when they're on the beach, when Rhaenyra walks, Cyrax goes with her, and then when uh Adam walks, Sea Smoke walks with him too. So it's like a little standoff there. She's like kind of interrogating him, kind of like a cop almost. Is like, chill out, Rhaenyra, like, hear him out. And then he kneels, and then she comes up. You kneeled so fast, or whatever. He's like, yeah, my lawyer. So who's your? I think everybody. She kind of knows that's because when she kind of looked at him, she was like, you look like somebody that's very close to me. Maybe the hand of the king, the hand of the queen. So, but she plays it, and then they go through that whole spill. She just had to, shake him down a little bit, and he definitely deserves it. So it's like, okay. So then she's like, it's cool. I'm proud of you, kind of one of those. And can you make it back to Dragonstone? And I like how he says, I can try. I mean, I got all the way here, so yeah. So that was pretty cool. So they fly back, and then obviously they're having. I love the Black Council meetings. Not showing up. She's still not showing up to the Black Council meetings, and Jace is getting frustrated, and he's like, "What is going on? Why is nobody telling me anything?" And I feel Jace, but I get to his moment in this episode. So they obviously get back, but they don't want to be. She doesn't want to be seen by anyone, and then they can't see the new. And I like how they're calling Corliss out, like, "Well, it's one of your people that claimed it. I thought it was supposed to be no blood." And who's the old guy? The one she slapped the shit out of. I always forget his name. Dude, he is like, oh, I get it. He means well, but he's just like, it's like he's an old grumpy man. Like, chill out, bro. Let stuff unfold. And he called Corliss out. Yeah, when they said it was somebody from Corliss's fleet, his face was like, oh shit. Well, I know which one. It's got to be one of the two. But he tried to play it off like, oh, I'll get to the bottom of this. Corliss is hilarious, man. So then he goes and finally goes to see Adam, and I like this moment. Like Adam walks in the room and he sees that this is his room. Like it's I liked how prestigious it looked. He's never seen stuff like this. Granted, he is Corliss. Well, that's a different story. He is the bastard son of Corliss, but he's never seen like, wow, this is me. And I even like how Corliss comes in. He's kind of like, because remember, he kind of like ignores him, because he's trying to hide that secret for a long time, so he doesn't know how to interact with his sons. He kept them around, but never really had that father son connection. But when he tells them like, woof, basically it's like, you done came up, huh? Proud of you. They said good job, and just walked out. And then Adam was like, that was pretty cool. He was like, well, oh gosh, I finally got some acceptance. We're working on this. We're working on this. But yeah. So Allison's just like, I have no power, whatever, I'm bouncing. So she poor guy. I feel bad for that one Kingsguard, because not only is he breaking like all types of rules, He just rolling out. We just going to be in the woods with little tents, and you're risking my life and your life. And if you die, what do you think they're going to do to me? Poor guy. Feel bad for him, but not much Allison. You see some, but yeah. And then Lars being Lars, doing his thing. He's like, yeah, I heard. Little birdie told me somebody claimed sea smoked another dragon that's not actual royal blood. So him and the other guy, I forget his name, were talking. And then Amon's down there talking to the troops, probably doing, little pep rally. And he looks up at Laris. And I don't know what side Laris is playing right now. I mean, I know about the books, but they're changing a lot of stuff up from the books. So we will see. Laris scheming. He definitely is. So, and that scene with him and Aegon, he got a key. I mean, it's kind of a side scene, but the Maester, yeah. And man, Aegon is messed up. Like I remember how to describe it in the books. I've seen some of the artwork, but to see like the prosthetics, bruh. Yeah, I don't know. It's not looking good. What's his name? Tom Lynn Carney or whatever. Amazing performance by him. Still good. So, yeah. And then what we got? So we got all that, and then yeah, Masari's doing the same thing on the other side. She dropping bars like, hey, if he can claim it, maybe there's somebody else. She's like, well, they have to be noble. They have to be just Targaryen. And she's like, and she laughed like, and I know what she was laughing about because she's probably laughing about, she played it off, but she was probably laughing about like Jason Luke, like, well, they ain't pure Targaryen. Kind of know that. And that comes up later, but she played it off in a different way. We know what she meant. And then puts that seed, and then can we say that like old girl is like the MVP? Her Fitbit must be like the amount of steps she takes a day to pass all these messages. The one with the red cloak, the handmaiden, whatever that she yelled at that in earlier in the season. She putting in that work. Yo, that is she better than than your regular mail. She is the FedEx, literally, of House of the Dragon. If there was you saying something to her, she will get it there, whether it be pigeon, whether it be horse, donkey, whatever. She'll do it by foot, obviously. Yeah. So, and I'm sorry, dropping bars while all this is happening. And then so we go back to Harrenhal. Granted, we didn't see a lot of Harrenhal, and I'm kind of torn. I want some more Otto. Bring Otto back, but Alice Rivers, I don't even think was in this episode. I have to go back. You're gonna have to watch this episode like 3 times. But yeah, so like Damon sitting there like, oh man, this is my last shot. I guess I can't go back empty-handed. And I did like the return of Viserys again in that scene when he said, "You always wanted to be king. Here it is. Hold it." And then there it is again. Leave it to open interpretation with this show with Damon. So mysterious, but yeah. And then so he summoned Oscar, and then he was like, "Yo, can you ask like the Riverlands, the rest of people? I need to get this army, basically." So he's talking to Oscar, and Oscar's like, "Yeah, they don't like you, Damon. I don't even like you. Like, but we have allegiance, and this is a young kid. He is just taken over for his house." And I did like his armor. Didn't like the helmets of the Tullys. I think they should, yeah, but I did like the armor. His armor, without the helmet, his armor was dope. And it's just so funny. The two of them are hilarious. They just go back and forth. It's like each one is one upping each other. Like, oh, wait, you can do that? You think you're devious? I can be more devious. No, I'm more devious. This scene was great in Harrenhal. So they're talking and they're like, yeah, so Damon's dropping this thing like, yeah, Lord Tully, because he tells them too before they go out there to see all the Riverlands and the Brackens and the Blackwoods that yeah, Damon says to him literally like, look, well, I don't need them to like me. I just need their swords. All right. So you got a lot of stuff to learn. All right. This is what and then I guess Oscar was like, he sat there and just went all in. This scene was great because remember the first time he met him, he kind of tried to punk him. And he was like, you got to grow up quick. If he died, you're the head of your house. You have to grow up quick. And I like how It's like when they saying too much when you're doing too much, but yeah, it worked out. And Oscar literally started kind of soft at first, and then Damon's like, oh, whatever. So you're not gonna. Well, then his allegiance is with Queen Rhaenyra and me. So whatever he says goes. And they're like, nah, he's just a little kid, And he's like, oh, okay, okay. And then he showed him. This dude just flipped a switch, bro, like that quick. And I like how when Damon was sitting there and he was looking at Lord Strong, Samuel Strong or whatever, looking at him like, yo, dude, what is it? Like, um, what is going on here? And he's literally calling him out. He's like, yeah, I don't even like Damon. You know what I mean? But I am the biggest house out of all and you are all under me, my vassals. So this is what's going to happen. And then they were like, oh, okay, okay, okay. And then he was like, and then you thought it was cool. It was like, and then Samuel, what's the name? Blackwood comes up, right? Am I messing these up? Sir Willem Blackwood comes up, right? He's like, yeah, I'll pledge to you right now. And he's like, oh yeah, but what you did needs to be punished by the old gods. So yeah, off with his head. And then he was like, you know what? And even Damon was like, what are you doing? You can't be doing this. He's like, you want to win this war or not? When he said that, he was like, do you need us or not? And I like how Damon's like, oh my gosh. And he looks over at Lord Strong like, he doing too much. He doing too much. Boy doing too much, but okay. I mean, I'd probably do it when I was younger, but okay. And he's like, I want Damon to do it. Damon's like, oh man, he's just sitting there and they're all kind of like arguing. And then he does it. So now he's got the Riverlands, the Tullys, all that. And probably the Blackwoods probably stay like they're going to appoint a new lord. And then the Brackens are going to be like, well, we didn't get it. So now you got the Brackens too, which is a little change from a little bit of the book, but not too big. Yeah. And then, so we get scene more scene. And this is the one scene when, poor Jace is like, he's just pissed at his mom. He's like, what is going on? What are we doing? Like, if, no, like basically he loves his mom so much, but he feels hurt because he knows in his heart that he's a bastard. You know what I mean? But they're making him out to be the true born heir. So he's like, if you do this, because he catches wind of it, obviously, it's like, if you do this, that means I'm literally, because she sends out the thing and all the dragon, like off is like basically got voluntold to go. You got all these other Targaryens that are going to Dragonstone because they have some Targaryen blood, something with the bloodline that attracts the dragons. And then you got Hugh the Hammer, poor Hugh. That like Olf got voluntold, and he's like, oh shit, okay. And then Olf is like, I was never anything. My mom was never anything. She may have said something. I never knew my father. I know he was obviously rich, and usually back then probably was like definitely a Targaryen because she was able to. How can you say she got more respect in her field and more leisures and stuff. So yeah. So he's like, what like, and R.I.P. to the daughter. Sorry. So, and then he's like. He's talking to his wife and he's saying like, I can't, I have to be something. I have to be something. And remember, Hugh the Hammer is the guy that was actually building the scorpions and stuff. So, and he wasn't getting paid for it. And obviously he's not getting paid because in Aegon state, yeah, about that. But, he's talking to his wife and you have this moment when she's like, well, it's either me or you, like, or it's either what you want to do over there and claim a dragon or me. And he basically said like, you don't understand. If I claim this dragon, we're set. And then she's like, I don't want to be. And he's like, you'll be a lady. And she's like, I don't want to be a lady. And this is the same chick or sorry, female woman, lady, very elegant, very beautiful actress, by the way, that was saying a couple episodes back that you need to do something. You need to get this money. We need to eat. We're broke. She's sick. And now all of a sudden, like he's like, yo, we can I got you. It just took a little bit longer. So but they all go there, and then you get so did I go back? Oh yeah. And I think so Jace is like they seeing all the like he knows they're all coming. So Jace is like, what are we doing? If you do this, they will literally. Why do you think my hair's black? I know what's going on. I'm not stupid. You've never fully said it to me. Like, and we all knew. Everybody knows. But if you do this and anybody can claim a dragon, I felt Jace on this. He was like, then that definitely negates my whole claim to the throne. It negates it. Finito. A bastard cannot take the throne. It's got to be a trueborn. So. And she's like, no, you're still the heir. And he's just like, no, I won't be. Like, you're going to put me there, but nobody's going to respect me. And I'm going to probably have to do something like Aegon's conquest. And he knows that too. And she kind of like belittles him and says, we need this dragon. And what, you're going to send your dragon to go get Vhagar? It's like some of the little zingers that she throws. And Emma Darcy's so good. She comes up and she's like, I'm doing it anyway. And then we go to, so when she's talking to the dragons, I must say Emma Darcy is definitely going to get an Emmy. She's definitely going to get all the awards. Again, her performance is Rhaenyra. She gives this speech. Like, I like how she's about to do it. And Dragon Tamer's like, hey, my name ain't Bennett, and I ain't in it. And like, we ain't doing this. I ain't going to see all these people get flamed on, eaten, maimed, scared for life, PTSD. We get PTSD seeing that, man. We ain't even safe, and we with them all the time. So they're like, I ain't having it. But the good thing is the dragon, I could keep calling it dragon tamers. You know what I'm talking about. But yeah, they're like, yeah, we're out. We're still going to stay here because there's only 2 places for our job that we can go. So, and if we go over there, they're definitely going to slaughter us. So yeah, we're just going to go back to our quarters. Man, we needed some rest. They're getting some R&R right now, probably going down to the beach of Dragonstone. I don't blame them. So she gives this speech that's like totally amazing. It had me going. I was ready to go. Literally, when she was talking, I was like, yo, let me try. Man, I got Targaryen descent. I'm going gray a little bit, so that counts, right? But yeah, so this episode's so amazing. It's so much, and I know I missed stuff, but other stuff will come out. And then she does that speech. Then they get to the dragon pit. And this was, I'm telling Rhaenyra thug life, this one. And I know she was scared, but she was like, wait, I'm a dragon rider. These dragons cool, they know my dragon. She goes in there and she's like, yeah. Well, watch this. So she calls the biggest dragon besides Vhagar, Vermithor. Calls him first. And then that scene where you could feel the tension. And even when she calmed him down and talked to him and gave him that look. And then when she turned her back to the dragon, I was like, OJ, Emma Darcy, right there. Just give her the awards. Just give her the awards. That turn, when she turned, like, yeah, that's what power is. That's what power is. These dragons are gods, and I control a god. Yeah, so it had people hype, and then she walked out, and I know she was probably like, thank God that worked. Because you could see when she actually was about to turn around, she's like, all right, I can't believe that worked, but it worked. You know what I mean? It was good. And then it was just like, all right, who's first up? And that had to have been Silver Dennis. I never said his name, but it had to have been Silver Dennis. And he walked up and, and I like how the one Kingsguard of Rhaenyra was sitting there like, bro. I don't think this is cool. Like, I'm a Kingsguard. I love you, Rhaenyra. I swore an oath to you, but you're getting a little too close for comfort the whole time with that dude. So she just walks out like a boss. Emma Darcy, and that outfit she was wearing, that red, wow. Yo, best costume designs going to House of Dragon. That was amazing. Her outfit was it just mixed with the tones and lighting. The cinematography is great, and then all chaos came. Vermithor went to silver, like, bitch, boom, flame on. You're like, oh, he only took out a couple of supposed dragon seeds. The red sun, here it is. It was great. It was better than what I thought. And then everybody started scattering like roaches. It was a, put it this way, it was every man for himself and woman for themselves. Everybody was running. Vermithor, he just wasn't stopping. And Rhaenyra, she was up on the balcony still looking like, well, I'm good. And even her Kingsguard was like, yo, dude, I don't think this was a good idea. And they flame on, blazing, eating, devouring. But there was one part, though, when Vermithor looked at Hugh when he fell. And he said, yeah, I'm just going to play with you a little bit, but you're going to be my rider. Just don't know it yet. So, he's doing everything like that. And then finally, everybody's just basically annihilated, except for like Hugh, this other female. And all finds a way to get knocked out on a tree stump like, or a tree branch, which was funny. He's just knocked out, man. And then he drops on the ground, obviously. But yeah, and then so they're just running around. They're trying to get past Vermithor, and then he's about to eat the girl. And Hugh's just like, oh, whatever. I'm not going to make it out of here anyway. And by the way, they make that place where you can't get out of it unless you fly out of it. That's the only way. It's inside of a volcano. Remember that. It's inside of a volcano. So where are you going to go? But Hugh steps up. And he's like, yo, what's up? I did like that. He's just like, hey, you want to take me? You take me. I did like him. And Vermithor, wow, the Bronze Fury. How about that? That was pretty good. The detail of the dragons is amazing in this. And then later you got Hugh. He's stumbling around and everything. And trying to find his way. And I could see it a little bit in there. I was like, oh, is that Silverwing? And he just bumps into Silverwing. He's so scared. And Silverwing's just waking up. He must have caught Silverwing at the right time. Because Silverwing just got up like, what up? I don't get many visitors. What's up, man? You want to watch TV or nothing? Want some TV? And he just keeps nudging Hugh. And it's funny. Hugh's so scared. And then he just looks. He's like, he ain't doing nothing. He's like, oh, okay. So then Olf finally cleans the dragon and flies over King's Landing. Yeah, kind of. I don't know if that was planned by accident or whatever. And then Damon, or not Damon, Aemon. I like that scene when he's riding out and how Vhagar can camouflage. She's so big. Like, she just looks like a little hill with grass on it. And then he rides out. And he's chasing after Silverwing. Well, Silverwing's faster, smaller dragon. Still a large size, but a smaller dragon compared to, so it's got more wing speed. And flying, and then he looks, he's like, yo, should I just do it? Should I just do it? And then he thinks in his head, you could tell with Aemon, he thought in his head, he was like, what if this is a setup? Just me flying in there doing it? He was like, I'm not Aegon. I'm not Aegon the Conqueror. He's like, but I see you're getting more dragons. And I did like how Rhaenyra, she's just such a boss in the end of this episode. Friggin' flies down with Cyrax, and then you see the Bronze Fury sitting right up there. So everybody getting used to their dragons, and she looking out at Vhagar and seeing it. And then, Hugh's up there, a little bit of comic relief. He's up there landing on top of the Dragonstone Tower, but it was like, she looking at him like, it was almost like she wanted it. She was like, I know I got some new dragon riders, but remember, you still got Sea Smoke. And obviously, Adam's pretty good with Sea Smoke. He flew all the way to Dragonstone and all that. So he already in tune with his dragon. His dragon picked him. So, but that's about it, man. It was a great episode. I gave it, I'm going to say 8.5. Nah, man, I got to go 8. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Rhaena. That's right. Rhaena. So obviously she was there at the Vale with Jane Arryn. Jane Arryn, she's a Karen. She's a Karen in the Vale, whatever. And then remember, they're going to Pentos, they're getting free passage, and she just dips off. Yes, the rumors are true. There, it doesn't look like there's going to be Nettles in the show, which unfortunately I think is a big hit. But hopefully Rhaena's character can carry it. I think she did need some more screen time. She's an amazing actress, but she's going to get sheep stealer. It's obvious. She just ran off like, see you, little brothers, you'll be okay. Like, isn't it Aegon, little Aegon over there? There's so many Aegons. But yeah, she was just out. And obviously she's following the path, so we know where that's going. So kind of a bummer not having Nettles, but let's see. Let's see. They've been making a lot of changes that have been working, so we'll see. But anyway, one more episode left, and that's it till next season. So I don't know. That's all I got really. So yep. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I want everyone to subscribe. And I do mean everyone.